It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday night.
In between the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, it's Arlington, Texas, host to the grand mecca of football, AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys. Good to be in the booth with my partner Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome, and Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league, and we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. There is no mystery. Both these sidelines, they know exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop them. These are two prime, elite wide receivers in the National Football League. Night game, prime time, they're looking to put on a show.
We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick the from spectacular AT&T Stadium. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now collegiate star in Austin with the Longhorns, it's Bijan Robinson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. From the gun, here is Penix. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football. They're a passing game. One more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They face second down and 7. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. Open man downfield, that's London. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. They run over center with Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Mozzie Smith, the former first-round pick, makes the play. They need 8. They come up for third down. From the gun, it's Penix. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
So on fourth down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Kavontae Turpin to return for the Cowboys. Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams, 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go play action. It's Prescott. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
A short throw caught by Ferguson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. Really, it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that game to nothing.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. He's got room to roam. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. They'll try to run it with Williams. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Dallas. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Ray McLeod on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. It's offense ready now for their second drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run with Robinson. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7. Third and long. They'll throw. It's Penix. They'll try to set up a tight end screen with Pitts. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start. Anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Cowboys offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up as they begin to drive 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's got the open man. That's Jalen Tolbert. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
This pass right side, caught by Lamb. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On the ground, here's the rookie who played in-state at Austin. And he'll take this to about the 38-yard line. DeAndre Alford in on the stop. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Now, whistles here. Looks like got a head start. first and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. The open man is Tolbert.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Dak to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. In great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. That is caught to the goal line and in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. Aubrey now for the extra point. He knocks it through. The Cowboys will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Penix. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. It's 2nd down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing is Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we are through one on Sunday Night Football. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he is on to punt for Atlanta. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with turn. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this second quarter, looking to run away with this one before halftime. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. Caden Ellis in on that stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw is Prescott. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Second down, Prescott. Oh, that's swung out wide and intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
The Falcons offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. On play action, Penix. He finds Darnell Mooney for the catch. And he will score. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Falcons.
You know, there's so many key factors that allow a play like this, Mike, to have so much success. And, of course, like anything, it starts with the quarterback being accurate. It's such a big part of NFL football right now is the run after the catch, but the accuracy of the ball allows the receiver to turn into a runner after securing the catch. So great job there by the quarterback, and then sometimes it's just a foot race to the pylon and speed kills, and wide receiver gets the ball, secures it, and he does the rest.
ready to go once more as the kick's away. Cavante Turpin on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cowboys offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Pistol now for Prescott. A quick slant taken by Lamb. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
That's caught. It's Miles Sanders. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Prescott again. That is hauled in at the 5. He is in. Jalen Tolbert. Touchdown, Dallas.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. His kick is good, and the Cowboys will take a 21-7 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Slot man in motion right. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush. She goes down.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
It is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
On comes the punter now. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Williams gets it from the pistol. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. On the play fake, Dak. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up 1st downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. And when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
17 yards, the gain there. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That'll be incomplete with a penalty flag down. It looked like someone was across early. On 2nd down, it's Dak. Quick throw here is complete. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Williams. And this time he's in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points. But not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Now Aubrey for the extra point. The kick is good. The Cowboys add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. They'll throw. It's Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Finding room across midfield. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Complete. Former 1st-round pick Drake London with the catch. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Penix. To the right. That's Pitts. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He runs with it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Throw over the middle, caught by London. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. A gift, and here comes Robinson. And the Falcons are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back to throw. Here's Penix. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. He keeps it himself. A dive for the end zone, but he loses the football. The Cowboys have it. What a big play from the defense. The long fumble return. It sets up 1st and goal and gives the offense terrific field position.
And the only thing that play was missing, Mike, was the defense being able to return it all the way for a touchdown. So give credit to the offense. Being able to hustle, getting back there and tracking that guy down, at least it gives his defense now a chance to keep them out of the end zone.
Whose kick is good. And the Falcons cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So it's halftime here in Arlington with the Cowboys in front. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They're going to go play action with Penix. He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up 3rd down.
We see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off, and now here in the 2nd half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on 1 or 2 of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Falcons getting their punter out there as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On first down, it is Williams. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play. They face second down and 7. It's another run here for Williams. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. He'll try to run for it with Williams. He's got the first down. They'll bring him down at the 28, but the sticks will move. First down picked up on the ground.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on back sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Picked first down.
That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And good red zone running here, taking it inside the 10-yard line. Pickup of 8. Here's second and 2. Back to throw is Prescott. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up first and goal.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is first down and goal. Up front, did they get one of the defenders to jump? So now then, first and goal from the 1. Prescott. He puts it up, and it's caught. Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Dallas.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. First and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys will extend this third quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on first and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. On first down, it's Penix. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now Penix. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He's going to let one go deep for Lamb. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Dak. The open man is Tolbert. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line and go. Win with speed. Good accurate ball on the front shoulder pad. Allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big gain.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's got it. Good work there to take it to the 47 and set up 1st down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Williams. He'll get about 2. Hayden Ellis in on that stop. Second down and 8. On play action, here's Dak. Working across the field, that's Pickens. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Second down, Prescott. That's complete left side to Pickens. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On 3rd down, Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively It'll set up a 4th down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
That one's on target, and it is good! From the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Agnew on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. Now the lefty Penix on 1st down. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On the ground, it's Robinson. And he's going to be very close to a 1st down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. They get 5 on 3rd and 1.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll go again with Robinson. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there on the stop. Second and 7. To throw is Penix. To the outside. Catch made by London. Give him 14 on that one. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the gun, here is Penix. That'll be caught. It's Tyler Algier. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They run over center with Robinson. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here for Robinson. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and 1, here's Penix. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
Throwing now, Penix on first down. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
On 2nd down, Penix. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. On the give, it's Robinson. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Penix. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Prescott now. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And he's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
There's that man again, another catch. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So now, after the penalty, a much more manageable 3rd and 3. On the play fake, Dak. That's caught, left side, it's complete. And he's going to have enough for a first down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
On the give, it's Williams. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Williams. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Got a man, that's Tolbert. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Dak to throw. Here's a screen set up to Williams. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a first down.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
That is caught at the 3. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
They'll try to run this one in. Not much there, maybe a yard. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Prescott. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Dak Prescott, touchdown Cowboys. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. It's up and through. And the Cowboys add on to their already sizable lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson headed back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Now he takes off, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. That'll be caught along the sideline. Good work there. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that 2nd foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback, but the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Here's Penix. That's complete to McLeod. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. To throw again, it's Penix. To the left side in the hands of London. A pickup there of 13. First down, Atlanta.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing again, it's Penix. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
On third down, Penix. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Here's a handoff to Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
A give, and here comes Williams. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. So it's a win for the Cowboys. And they do it in blowout fashion. We thought this might be a competitive battle. It was anything but. Points came early and often, and they cruised to an easy victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys, as we say so long from Arlington.